Thank you very much, Fiona. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I consider it my privilege and honor to be speaking at the Roadmap series of the One Health Poultry Hub. I would be speaking mainly about the role of poultry products in diets and nutritional status of vulnerable groups in the low and middle income countries. Uh, there is ample evidence available that poultry products, especially eggs, have an important role in child nutrition. For example, a cross-sectional study from Maharashtra state in India showed that low consumption of eggs was associated with almost twofold increase in odds of child stunting. Another important randomized control trial from Ecuador on egg supplementation, where one egg was given every day for 6 months, starting at 6 to 9 months of age, showed that stunting prevalence reduced by almost 47% and underweight prevalence reduced by 74% within such a short span. In the same study, there were significant effects seen on neurocognitive markers such as choline and DHA, that is docosahexaenoic acid, which is an important neurocognitive marker. Another study from Uganda, which was a randomized control trial in school children, also showed that children receiving 2 eggs per day in school feeding program for a period of 6 months had greater increase in height, weight, and muscle mass compared to children who received fewer or no eggs. These, if these these important benefits on child nutrition are because of the unique nutrient composition of the eggs. Eggs are a rich source of high quality protein, providing indispensable amino acids, which stimulate IGF-1, that is insulin-like growth factor 1, which stimulates linear growth. Eggs also are a source of essential fatty acids, including the DHA, and choline, which is a precursor of sphingomyelin, which is important for brain development and cognition. Now, based on this evidence, as a part of Action Against Stunting Hub, we are also planning to conduct a study in India to provide egg supplementation starting at 6 months of age and to continue for 1 year to look at the impact on not only reduction of stunting and improvement of cognition, but also a range of other parameters, including neurocognitive markers, epigenetic, as well as microbiome profile of these children. Eggs are also important as a part of nutrition supplementation programs in LMICs because the cost is lower than other meats. They're easy to transport, clean, and cook, and they have low environmental impact compared to other animal source foods. There's also ecological evidence that animal source food intake are important for reducing childhood stunting. For example, when we look at the countries where animal source food intake is very low, we can see that the prevalence of stunting is high. Whereas in case of countries where animal source food intake is high, the prevalence of stunting is lower. Animal source foods are important not only for improving linear growth in children because of their unique nutrient composition and nutrient density. Linear growth in children increases the likelihood of higher lean body mass in adults, which is responsible for reducing obesity. Animal source foods also have nutritional benefits in terms of improving satiety, reducing calorie intake, and maintaining optimal body weight in case of adults. There are a number of studies which have shown positive influence of animal source foods on muscle mass throughout life due to the anabolic properties of dietary proteins. Higher intakes of animal proteins are associated with reduced loss of lean mass in follow-up studies in elderly women. Especially the folic acid in the poultry meat and eggs is important during pregnancy for reducing the risk of congenital neurodeficit. Increasing an egg intake during pregnancy has important benefits for the birth outcomes, including reducing the risk of low birth weight. Studies have also shown that higher egg intake in lactating women improves the nutrient content of the breast milk. Egg yolk are high in cholesterol, so there is also a concern about relationship between egg intake and how it impacts whether it impacts lipid profiles adversely. But many of these studies have been inconclusive, probably because of the smaller sample size. However, a meta-analysis showed that high egg consumption increased the levels of total cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, which have negative consequences for cardiac health, but at the same time, HDL cholesterol, which is considered to be a positive factor. A recent study in China, however, showed that consuming more than 6 eggs per week increased the risk of all-cause mortality, especially in people who had high BMI. Therefore, similar to other dietary guidelines, it's important to remember that even all animal source foods, including eggs, will have nutritional benefits if they are consumed in moderation. Poultry sector has seen a number of structural changes during the past 2 decades, and therefore there has been substantial increase in production. But unfortunately, production and consumption do not go hand in hand in low and middle income countries, and India is a glaring example. India is the third largest producer of eggs in the world. However, when we look at egg consumption in India, it's quite low. There is a disparity between availability and consumption, and there is inequitable access. And this is partly because despite increased production, I'm talking in the context of India as an example, despite increased production, there's no cost reduction. You can see the brown line, the cost of eggs, fish, and meat have been increasing over the years despite substantial increase in production. Therefore, there is a disparity and inequitable access, especially for the poor socioeconomic group, rural as compared to the urban population. Age and gender dynamics also play a role. Women and young children are at a disadvantage, and older adults and men get a preferential access to animal source foods. The recent comprehensive National Nutrition Survey data has shown that in case of 6 to 23-month-old children, the proportion of children receiving minimum acceptable diet in terms of minimum dietary diversity and minimum meal frequency was just meager 6%. And this is the biggest contributor to high prevalence of undernutrition and stunting in case of young children. Because of the nutritional importance of eggs, many states in India have now started including eggs in the social protection programs, which provide nutrition supplementation in India. But the efforts are still need to be strengthened. And I believe that inclusion of animal source food and especially poultry products would go a long way in reducing undernutrition in the vulnerable groups in the low and middle income countries like India. Thank you very much for your attention. And thank you for the opportunity.